As we approach October of 2020, we count down the last few days of September. Take a look at some of these hurricane names. Do any of these ring a bell? Tracking and invest right now in the Central Caribbean, just below Cuba and Cancun, Mexico. Chance of cyclone formation in the next 5 days is 40%. That is right, my friends. Welcome back. September 28th. 2020, 2:26 p.m. and I took a few days off to collect my thoughts and prepare us for this next wave of our peak hurricane season. We are about 2 to 3 days off the month of October, and we all know, for those of us that followed these hurricanes specifically, that October is a very important month. As I showed you in the beginning segment of the video, we've had hurricanes in October, plenty of them, and you can see some of the bigger name ones we have up here. I, in fact, used Matthew on the thumbnail for this picture because it looked like a skull in one of the satellite images, so it's a very cool image to look at, especially when we're approaching the month for Halloween. But we had Hurricane Michael in 2018, Wilma in 2005, again Matthew, Hurricane Sandy that came up to the northeast. We all remember Sandy, and a big article being put out 3 hours ago by the Washington Post talking about how important the October month is for hurricane season and to not take it lightly. And really quick, just to verify what I read to you, October is a month that has featured many of the United States' most vicious and infamous systems, including Michael in 2018, the most recent Category 5 to make landfall in the lower 48. That also includes Wilma in October of 2005. Taking a look at our peak hurricane chart, we see that that date, September 10th, was our peak hurricane season. But as you get into the month of October, you see there's some little bumps and upticks in the month of October. It's all the atmospheric conditions which are all coming together nicely. We will see storms this October. Again, this invest in the Caribbean right now is at 40% chance of cyclone formation, possibly moving up through the water gap here between Cancun and Cuba right here. Cancun on this side, Cuba right here. Hurricane Nate did this back in 2017, right through the gap and into the Gulf, so we got to keep a straight eye on this storm right now. Clearly, the water in the Caribbean and the Gulf is more than sustainable for these hurricanes, and especially this time of year, October and November, as we enter the ending part of hurricane season. Most, if not all, our storms will come from this area, the Caribbean. And taking a look at the tropical intensity index chart, look at all the red. That is everywhere that a cyclone can form and thrive. We are completely covered. Most of the Gulf just off the coast, which is a good thing. If we do have a storm going to the Gulf, as of right now, we could see some weakening before landfall. But right now, we are watching that central part of the Caribbean. For this 5-day tropical cyclone outlook, 40% chance over the next 5 days. And more than likely, as of right now, no formation within the next 48 hours. You can see that 0% chance with the 48 hours. That means it's going to take closer from 3 to 5 days for this thing to form, but it is looking pretty promising. And what we need to realize about these storms, a lot of times when they take place in the later part of the season, or at least in this extra peak part of the season, they tend to form in the Caribbean and in the Gulf. We tend to not see those Western Africa storms making their way towards the Cape Verde Islands and then across that warm water belt into the Gulf. We see less and less in those and more formation within the Gulf itself. And that has a lot to do with the fact that we are changing seasons. Clearly, we're getting that cold air dip down from Canada. Our jet stream changes and the flow of high pressure in the Bermuda Atlantic changes as well, including all the storms that come off of West Africa have a slowdown period, and we don't have that warm water belt to follow these storms and track them over a long period of time before they're an issue. They're kind of just popping up now very close to the U.S., and that's what makes this month very stressful for storm watchers. I apologize for not having the extravagant maps up in the radar charts for you, but there's really not much going on in the Atlantic. What I'm basically talking about here is to prepare you guys for this blow up we're going to have in October. All these surrounding atmospheric conditions are lining up together, and you can see a lot of places like Weather Nation. They've been posting about this all day. Mike's Weather Page, the owner of this page here. A lot of people concerned with the Caribbean and it basically exploding, and we will see that happen more than likely. I'm not thinking we're going to see 5 and 6 storms at a time spread out over the ocean, but we're going to see 2 and 3 possibly at a time, as we're going to have another peak of our peak hurricane season. I want to thank each and every one of you for staying tuned to my videos. I'm sorry about the break I took. Needed to take a little breather, as I'm sure everyone does in these times we're having. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have not already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Every little bit helps, and I really enjoy putting this content out to you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to Ontario, Canada, and I appreciate you all. Thank you all so much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.